Welcome. My name is Ruth Carver. I'm an opera singer, voice teacher, and yoga instructor. In partnership with Central City Opera, I'm bringing you a series of videos exploring the exercises we use in our yoga and the voice workshops. For further information about these workshops or ways of contacting me, look for the links at the end of this video. Today's exercises are all about the spine and the movements of the spine. Why is the spine important for singing, you might ask? Well, everything in our body, of course, is structured around the spine. So that includes everything we use for singing. From the bottom, where our tailbone merges into all of the muscles of the pelvic floor, which forms the bottom of the breathing apparatus, all the way up through the top of the spine where it meets our head, which is, of course, where our voice is located. And then even out, imagining the spine continue through the crown of the head as if the skull were this last piece of that. When we go to make our music and make our beautiful sounds that we do in opera and other types of vocal music, we really are making these musical phrases, musical gestures, and we do that with our full body and with our full breath. So this is a way of exploring that. Sort of isolated on its own without worrying about, singing a beautiful Puccini phrase or something like that. So join me as you're able and let's have fun exploring cat and cow and robin's breath. So in the classic version of cat and cow, we come to hands and knees. I'm on a very hard surface on the cement floor here, so stacking a blanket or a towel or something under your knees might be a really nice option for you as well. And there are always lots of adaptations you can make to make this exercise fit your body. For instance, if you have any issues with the wrists, you might try coming up onto the fists. But for everyone else, we're going to take our wrists and our hands right under our shoulders and our knees just behind or right under our hips. And as we begin to move, once again, just tune into the simple movement and surrounding the movement with breath. So in the classic version of cat and cow, on our inhale, we drop the belly, arch the spine, gaze up, melt the heart toward the earth. And then on the exhale, we push the floor away, round through the back of the heart, round through the whole of the spine, tuck the tailbone down, drop the head. So once again, begin to move with the breath, inhaling to pull yourself down and through. Feel the width all the way to the pelvis, and then exhale, begin to push the floor away. Now this is very difficult to practice the breathing part of it while speaking. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and join me for a few more rounds of your cat and cow as we inhale. And exhale. Inhale, begin to move. Exhale, begin to round. This time you can even join your feet in, tuck the toes under as you inhale. And then exhale, untuck the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Next, inhale, come back to a place in the middle, neutral spine. Notice if there are any parts of your body that want to go more to one extreme or the other. So maybe your shoulders, your upper spine, your thoracic spine wants to collapse. Maybe your neck wants to kind of default to this extreme of the cow position, the extension. Can you hear what happens to my voice when I like this? All right. So once you're in your neutral spine, simply pause, observe, notice. Take a few rounds of breath here. So find a comfortable cross-legged position with your legs if you are on the ground. And this is a variation of CatCow. It's also actually a pranayama or breathing exercise called Robin's breath. So it's basically an exaggeration of the movement, particularly in the thoracic part of the spine, as well as the cervical. And maybe you'll feel slightly less movement down in the lumbar and lower back. So that's something to be aware of, but we'll still feel that engagement, that line of energy from the pelvis all the way out through the breathing apparatus of the nose and out through the crown of the head. So in Robin's breath, there are 4 movements. On our inhale, we start with hands here at heart center. On our exhale, we round the spine, coming into that cat position of the back, and we dive forward, head tucks down. On our next inhale, we spread the arms wide, and once again, we're opening the front of the chest here. And then on the next exhale, we come back to that rounded diving position. Inhale, we come back, hands to heart center, back toward a sort of neutral place in the middle. So once again, inhale here to start. Exhale, surround the movement with the breath, dive forward. Inhale, begin to spread the arms wide, draw the heart through, gaze up slightly. Exhale, round the back, hands come back forward, chin tucks. Inhale, arms back to heart center. Let's do this a few more times. Again, following your breath, following the inspiration, quite literally, of the breath as the impetus to move, and then the exhalation as the impetus to move to the exhalation form in the body. All right, exhale all your air and begin again with your own breath. One more time. And then after you come back to center, pause, observe. I invite you, whether you're a singer or not, to try this. So we're just going to find a single note. You can match me or you can find your own pitch. And on an A vowel, like the word play, we're going to move through that movement with the spine. So start here and inhale, and then just begin to sustain that pitch and notice what happens. Sustain that vowel. area of the body is of course essential for singers, as it contains our lungs and also our heart. And I would argue that the heart is maybe the most important organ actually for singing. It helps us give meaning to our words and our music with our own unique interpretation. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you notice some effects of this simple yet really potent and rich exercise of cat and cow and then robin's breath. Whether you're a singer or not, this is an incredibly healthy movement of the spine to do every day, multiple times a day. And again, if you're a singer, I'm especially curious to see what you find when you explore those variations of your posture and your breath energy in relation to that. I think this heart center is the true center of us singing, and the key to us communicating our music and sharing our love of this art with others. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, contact me with any questions. Namaste.